All right. Welcome back to another episode of the Top of Off Cricket Podcast. I am your host, Kevin Henry, and with me, I got my boy Walter and Sam. And we talking everything West Indies cricket because West Indies cricket busy right now. Busy, bad. The senior men's team playing, A team playing. Well, the men's A team just wrapped up against South Africa A. The emerging fellas playing against Sri Lanka, emerging. The ladies playing. They actually won a game today. Matter of fact. So, congrats to the ladies. Congrats.
Yeah, the only people that winning. We're
Yeah.
getting a set of licks.
But anyways, the biggest thing around West Indies cricket right now is the squad that will take on Australia was selected and announced yesterday. And for some people, there are a lot of surprises. I think for us three, there aren't that many. There aren't really any surprises. I think I only have one. I will start with you, Sam. Your thoughts on the squad that was selected?
Boy, first of all, what I'm happy about with the squad is the fact that we have 16 players. I think that's something we've been saying that, we're at home, you don't have to pay extra monies to fly an extra 2 persons around the world or what have you. Why do we have to limit the size of the squad?
Yeah.
Have as many people, as many players as possible who can, be in the setup, have the experience, even if they don't make the final 11. All right? So that's the first thing I would say about the squad. There is also the consideration, and we have to check on this too. The size of the squad might also have something to do with concussion protocol. New rules which are coming on, I think it's the start of the end of this month with the Australian series, I'm not sure. But those concussion rules might very well impact on, the size of the squad or what have you. But we can deal with that at another point.
Yeah.
Anyway, so that's out of the way. In terms of the other players, in terms of the players in the squad now, I can't say that I'm surprised, say for Mikhail Louis. Did not see that one coming. And the young fast bowler, Lane.
Yeah.
I didn't see that coming. Now, by the way, I have no problem with Lane being in the squad per se, right? But Mikhail Louis, I'm still in Kabim Hodges' corner. I know you guys might not agree with that. But he had a relatively good year last year. Yes. I liked what he did in Pakistan. Now, no one made runs in Pakistan, right? And in fact, one can say, well, Athanaze did better than Kabim Hodge or what have you. But I still give Kabim Hodge the edge. Kabim Hodge is older than Mikhail Louis and Athanaze. So those two young men, they got time. They can chill for a bit and sort themselves out. You see? And it's not only in terms of age. If we really want to get down to the numbers and look at averages and what have you, look at strike rates, what have you, Kabim Hodge gets the nod for me. You see?
Yeah.
We must be, listen. We want to have a healthy balance between people close to 30 and younger players. And I think when you look at the squad, you can see that it's balanced in that way. Some older players, some younger players. We want to have that. We want to have continuity, right? But the Mikhail Louis pick, nah, not for me. But I'll let you guys go. I said a bit.
Walter, how are you feeling? How are you feeling about the squad?
I generally don't have a problem with the squad. The only surprise for me is Johan Lane. I hope he doesn't play. Right? Hope he gets the experience being around international team setup, learning how professionals do it at the highest level. Not just being around West Indian fast bowlers, but also being in close proximity to the Australian fast bowlers. And I think he is, I can't remember which one of the Australian fast bowlers he likes. He said on 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 the Mason guest that's one of his favorite fast bowlers. So I like the squad. Is there um the only thing I understand why Hodge, Jangu, and Athens are not in the squad. And I think and agree they've been listening to us. I've been listening. I'm just kidding. We're not that important, but we like the fact that
Yeah, don't make yourself more important than you actually are, or don't make us more important than we actually are. We're just some regular blokes talking cricket. There are other experts out there, you know.
very savvy sarcasm. Anyway, yeah. So I understand. I like the squad. I like him. Listen to me. Kevin Anderson, Johan Lane, I hope they don't play. Mikhail Louis, he has to play Sammy. Why? Because there aren't any other openers after him. So with him in this squad, John Campbell and Craig Braffett, people, and Craig Braffett have to watch themselves. So they know that somebody else is waiting. Um, the Hodge Atenes, Django, with people like Shai Hoop and Chase in the middle order, and there's no way that they can be making it. So they have, and I believe that they've selected these teams based on the performances in the not too recently before them.
I have a question for you, Walter. Do you think it was harsh on Django? Because when you look at it, Django didn't do anything wrong in Pakistan, right? That was his debut tour. He played the second match. That was his debut match. When you look at it, he didn't do too badly in the grand scheme of things, right? That second match, he batted really well, actually, right? I think he got like 33 or 34 or something of that nature. But it was really a nice innings that set West Indies up, right? But do you think it was harsh on him when he didn't do much wrong in Pakistan, but Louis that looks at sea gets the nod?
Can Django open the batting?
Django's opened the batting in different formats of cricket.
So, if in that case,
it's not a matter of can he open the batting, right?
Here, what I think, because I was thinking he probably could have played in front of Kevin Anderson, right? In the squad in front of Kevin Anderson. I think that they have rewarded these players based on our not fit for purpose 4-day performances, right? And Mikhail Louis and Kevin Anderson were some of the top performers when it comes to runs, and Django is not in form. So he didn't do himself justice in England. If he had made some runs in England like Casey Carty, I think he would have been in this squad. But I think that the fact that he didn't make runs, maybe that his Sammy, who saying, okay, now he's not in form and he needs to go back. I hope we had a conversation, go back and to the drawing board and come back strong. Because I think he's a talented player that I would like to be around our setup.
Would you, Sammy, would you like to see someone else other than Johan Lane given a chance?
In terms of fast bowlers, not that I can think of readily, you know.
The young left arm pacer,
what I would say. Sorry?
Jediah Blades?
The young left arm pacer, Jediah Blades?
I'm not sure. I think I'll tell you what. Look, I'm finding it difficult to move on from Roach. But that's a conversation for another time. So I'll just leave it there.
Okay.
So in my mind, I'm not even looking at,
so
several other players, because for me, Roach needed to be in this squad.
Okay.
So I leave it at that.
I think
Kevin.
Yeah.
Looking at the stats, the only other person that Ronaldo Ali Mohammed has one more wicket than Joan Lane. Right? And so and Joan Lane, similar strike rates too. And Joan Lane is quicker.
Joan, if you when you think in terms of Johan Lane and Ronaldo Ali Mohammed, it's like apples and oranges, right? And I don't think Ali Mohammed is anywhere in the ballpark of the West Indies team.
I'll throw two names in there.
Marquis
Lee and Hakeem Jordan.
You're trying for make I laugh?
When he went to Australia, he broke down.
Listen, both of them went to Australia. You understand? Marquino Minley, the same tour that Marquino Minley went to. No. Minley went to the first tour of Australia when Chandapal was there. Hakeem Jordan went last year when we won that at the Gabba, right?
Yeah.
Hakeem Jordan is nowhere in the picture right now of West Indies cricket in terms of consideration for the highest honors. And like I've said to you guys, I think Marquino Minley is a phenomenal professional. Notice what I said. He's a phenomenal professional, right? He comes to work, does the job. He's like one of them guys that is always half an hour before, the work day starts. He's going to put his head down. He's going to do what he needs to do, not distracted, and then he's going to go home. Nothing spectacular, right? Nothing spectacular, nothing that stands out. That is how I see Marquino Minley. Anyways, when I look at this squad, I'm happy to see them reward Anderson Phillip. I think Anderson Phillip has been knocking on the door for quite a few years now. And he's watching him against South Africa over the past few days. He actually looks really, really good, right? He looks like he's firing on all cylinders. And he looks a better bowler than when he was in Australia a couple of years ago, that when he played against Bangladesh and South Africa. He looks a better bowler, right? Happy to see that. Happy to see Shai Hope back in the fold. Happy to see Shai Hope back in the fold. What I hope is that he's given a genuine run, unless he takes himself out of the picture. I hope he's given a genuine run like the likes of Joshua Da Silva and so many others, because Hope has had a stop-start career because he played a few matches, didn't do too well, they drop, he come back, played a few matches, didn't do too well or whatever. He got a score, they drop, and it went like that for his 30-odd test matches. There was no real continuity, right? So at his age, with the maturity that he's garnered over the years and the experience, I'm saying now, I hope Darren, Sammy and company are going to sit there and go, hey, Shai, you are the man. For whatever position that they're having him back in the order. Just like Darren Sammy did for Casey Carty, who I'm happy to see back in the test squad, who I'm happy to see batting well again after the horror show in Pakistan and against Bangladesh. Just like how you could have said to Casey Carty, hey, look, this is what you are going to do for us. This is what you're good at, and this is what I want you to do for us. I hope the same is done. Yeah.
Where would you bat Shai?
I would personally bat Shai Hope at number 4. Shai Hope would be my number 4 batsman, right? That is me. That is where I would have him bat. In terms of Johan Lane and Kevlon Anderson, I don't have a problem with Anderson being in the squad. I hope he doesn't get into the final 11. I hope he gets the experience of being amongst the players, being in that environment, and kind of like soak up. Because watching him against South Africa there's some work to be done. We have often said, or I have often said, West Indies first class cricket is not fit for purpose. And it was proven when Kevlon Anderson came up against bowlers who are way more disciplined in their lines and lengths for a more prolonged period of time. And he struggled against South Africa royally. It seems like he didn't have any clarity on what he wanted to do. So that's what I'm saying. I know he's had a great first class season. Kudos to the young man. I don't think he should be thrown to the wolves. Cricket West Indies would be doing, or Darren Sammy would be doing the West Indies team a disservice, and he would be doing the young man a disservice. It's great that you have 16. We advocated for 16, 17, and it has happened. Johan Lane, I think, is one of the better young fast bowlers around. Better young fast bowlers. But I would have loved to see Jediah Blades instead for that variety of a left-arm pacer who bowls. He bowls some good lines and lengths. I would have loved to see Jediah Blades there. But I have nothing against the Johan Lane pick. I just personally would have liked to see Jediah Blades as a left-arm pacer. Mikhail Louis, I think what happened is they didn't want to discard him totally. They wanted to keep him around for a little bit. He has some talent. He didn't do too badly in the first 8 tests, even though he gave his wicket away again on both occasions. But I personally think the stage is a little bit big for him right now. He'll get a lot of experience in the squad unless one of the two gets injured. Well, Sam, I know you like I quite pissed off about the Kemar Roach situation, and we are going to definitely discuss that at a later date. Closing thoughts on the squad, guys. I'll start with you, Sam.
This is Sammy's 16. Whatever's happened with West Indies.
With Sammy.
Not this Sammy. Not this Sammy. Yeah, we got to be careful about that, right? Because the fans might not always know which Sammy we're talking about.
I know, right?
Yeah. Coach Sammy 16.
Coach Sammy 16. Darren Sammy 16.
Yeah, Darren Sammy 16. So whatever happened last year in terms of the test team, the test squad, or what have you, I think we have to remove those names from our minds and just see this is what Sammy wants. Now, I think there's an interesting thing happening that we're not hearing much about. And that is, okay, Brandon King, Chase, Hope. Right, Shea Hope. Is it the case that Sammy wants a core set of players who can play in all formats? As far as is possible, have them play in all formats. And why is that an interesting thing, or why should we aim for that? Very often commentators complain, whether it's Hetmeyer or maybe even King, that look, these are good players, but because they're not playing enough red ball cricket, their skills are being destroyed. Is that the kind of culture that Sammy is trying to build here? Is that his experiment? We need to wait for that press conference with him. He got some questions to answer. But I would be patient to say, give him a chance to make his mark.
Yeah.
And I think what he's doing, what we see with this test squad, is not simply about test cricket.
Walter?
I don't know. Let's say Sammy. I gotta agree with Sam. I mean, I agree that this is Darren's. This is Darren Sammy's 16. I can't argue much because we've been picking some of these players. I'm happy that at least we're going to fight war against the Australians with a chance. We have the only person that I would have feel even better if they had played cricket this year in this squad was Darren Bravo. You understand? I actually, like, you know, I mean, that this is actually decent, right? We actually have this is, our first class system is not fit for purpose. These are the best, arguably the best players that we have available who play.
Yeah,
cricket.
best available.
Who want to play cricket.
Yeah.
Who want to play cricket. Because one of them just retired at 29.
We ain't gonna talk about that right now. Because I got some things to say about that. I got some
money.
Anyway, anyways, fellas, interesting conversation tonight surrounding the 16 selected. I like you guys don't have too many issues with regards to, you know, the squad that was selected. It is one that's pretty much looking to the future, the West Indies team probably for the next 3-4 years, next 2 test cycles. That's how I look at it, right? And I don't think Sammy it would be wise for him to look beyond that in terms of the players that he have and with some of them at the age that they are, right? So I'm looking forward to a competitive series against the Australians. And I'm hoping that we don't lose. Let's start there. Don't lose the series. That's a good place to start. Anyways, fellas, thank you for chopping it up tonight. Looking forward to see you guys on the next chat. Hit you guys up later. Top of our cricket podcast. We out. West Indies cricket. It in we veins.
West Indies family.
That's right. That's right. That's right.